Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes. Good morning, Mark.
Morning.
How are you?
I'm good. How about
Yes,
yourself?
So, where Thuận?
He's next to me.
Okay, very good. So good. Yes. Hello, everyone. Yeah, nice to meet you virtually. You know that. Yes, we're very excited to start our webinar about the adaptabilities and the employees' well-being in crisis management. And this is the first webinar we co-host with the Cadena, right? So my name is Steve Pham from ESI Institute of Management, and I would like to introduce two other speakers today. Mark, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Yes, so Mark Freeman from Cadena. Mark is a business development manager director from Cadena, a very big technologies company in the human resource management. And the other speaker is Mrs. Thuận Trân. Thuận Trân is CEO of Cadena. One friends of Mark's. Yeah. So yes, you know that it's very exciting morning, and welcome all of you. We have some friends from other countries, not only from Vietnam, other country, for example, Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, Philippines, and other country as well. So yeah, we will try. Hello, Ton. Yeah, can you say hello to our friends? Yeah, you unmute your mic. Yes.
Morning,
Okay.
everyone. Good
Yeah,
morning.
very good. Yeah, very good. Yes.
Yeah, so finally I can talk.
Yeah, very good.
Good day. And thanks, Mr. Steve, for giving an instructions. So yeah, I'm looking forward to share my experience and also our product in the later part of the event. But to start, I would like to give the words back to Mr. Steve so we can start.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. We plan to have to start our webinar at 10, you know that, but it's now 10 it's 10:07 already. And but you know many friends are coming because we are open for everyone. So yes, it's very excited to share with our friends, and we have we have a feeling that many people are interested in this topic, right? So if I think that this is a little bit late, so we start our webinar today immediately. Okay. So if possible, you can turn on your camera, or if you have any questions, or you want to interrupt, or you want to have comments or input, you can unmute your mic, and then we can have discussions and interactions. Okay. So I saw I see that many friends here. Yes. Some HR experts and other uh, some other friends from other countries. Yeah. So we talk about the COVID-19 over time, day by day, and month by month, and year by years, and now 2 years already, right? And so I don't want to mention too much about the COVID-19, but I want to in this webinar we will provide some tools for how we can approach to overcome the crisis, right? To overcome the stress and registrations we have every day in our work, right? So webinar, I am, yes, let me share a little bit about me. Yes, I am, my name is Steve Pham, and I have working for multinational companies for over 30 years, and I'm running my business, the ESI's Institute of Management, one of the very new consulting company, and ESI also provides the executive education programs for corporates and for individuals. And we had a blended learning platform. For example, we provide the training course of online and offline as well, and we provide plenty of the certificates in leadership, in human resource management, and in the education as well. Yes, because I have research in education as well. The reason why we come up with these adaptabilities and the employee well-being is because when we discuss with Marx and Pun from Cadena, we see that yes, it's very important how we can have the employees, or we can have ourselves to overcome the stress during this time or the process. And I will start with my I will share some of my experience and some of the perspectives I do research in this webinar. Yeah. So I will focus on, I will share the first thing, how the employers and the employee conceptualize or perceives about the adaptability. Yeah, you know that adaptability is very new concept in modern management. And after that, I will share a little bit about how to help the employees' well-being. Yeah, and what is definitions of the well-being in the two-day workplace, right? With the very complicated workplace and the high level of complexity, right? And I will also share a little bit about how the technology, right? For example, how the technologies can help the companies and the employee to overcome the distress and restrictions, or we call that how to enhance employee well-being, or we call that wellness, right? Some friends say, yeah, the employee wellness is very important today. Yeah, everyone feel very frustrated, right? Frustrated, and it's very hard to keep your performance. Yeah, performance at high level is very hard and very difficult, right? And so the first question is, how the organization or business leader and the employees conceptualize the crisis and change. You know that the crisis and change is not new term. Yeah, not new terms, right? It's very old term. But now it changed. The word it changed, right? The crisis, you remember that in 1998, we have the Asia financial crisis, right? And recently we have the US financial crisis as well in 2008, right? In 2008, and there are a lot of other world crises and the national crises, right? But what the new crisis look like? Yeah, what the new crisis look like recently, for example, in 2020 or 2020 and 2021, what the crisis look like? Yeah, we cannot provide the absolute definition of crisis, right? So it's very important to identify what the new crisis look like, so that we have the change strategies to adopt and overcome the crisis, right? So what the crisis look like right now is, and come up with the word of the complexity. Complexities, you know, that is very in. I remember that we in many companies and organizations, they talk and they say about the VUCA. Yes, about the VUCA, about the complexities, about the violations, about the uncertainty or something like that. 15 years ago, not now, right? But now the level of complexity is very high, and no one know how is the level is, and how is the level of complexities will be. Yeah, it's very unpredictable, and it come up with the uncertainty, right? It come up with uncertainty. So we have the word is come up with the high level of complexity, and everyone around the world, the nation, the countries, the business leaders, organization, all organizations, and everyone knows and have a common views about uncertainty. We don't know how tomorrow. We don't know how about this afternoon. What will happen? We will die, or we will overcome the complexity society now. Is a very big question for everyone, you know. So how can we overcome this kind of the crisis, very new crisis, right? High level of complexity and high level of uncertainty. It comes from everywhere. It comes from outside, and it comes from inside ourselves. Uncertainty, right? So how can the world outside here, and how can the world inside you? So it's very important to identify what is this uncertainty. And this slide, yeah, I would like to share a recent research published by the World Economic Intelligence. You can see, as I said, we have the rises, the financial rises and economic rises 15 years ago. Yeah, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. And you know, the wave of the rises is not highest A, yeah, the COVID-19. You can see the COVID-19 is very severe, or we call that very, very serious, It damaged and it made everything collapse, right? So the uncertainty level is very high in terms of the job, right? In terms of business, in terms of your individual's health, mental health, right? In terms of your individuals or families, right? Family condition. You know, millions of the families have very registration. Yeah, we call that registration, depression, or we call it stress. Yeah, stress, a very high level. So how we overcome, you know? And when we face, when the people or business leaders, they are struggle with the crisis, they always think about the challenges, right? Me too. And some other one say yes. In the crisis, we should try to find the opportunities. It's fine. Yeah, it's not wrong at all. It's not wrong. But what is and how to identify opportunities is a big question. How can? In the crisis, in the recent crisis, is very serious, and the high level of complexity, a high level of the uncertainty, and the challenges. Some challenges you cannot identify as well. How your company, how yourselves can identify the challenges, unpredictable. You cannot see, right? Invisible. So how can you find the opportunities? What the tools? So I come up, I do some research, and I think of myself, and yes, when I share about leadership and management with my students and other company leaders, and I say adaptability. Adaptability is the key, is the magic key. In the Harry Potter, Harry Potter, there's some of the magic power, right? Magic power. In the Harry Potter and some of the very magic, there is some of magic power. And in leadership, in management, we should have some magic power. But it is visible, not invisible, right? Visible, it means that we can touch and we can use, right? We can touch and we can use to identify what are the challenges and identify what are the opportunities. Exactly. Not just saying yes, we still have some opportunities, but what is and what are the opportunity? So I come up with the adaptability. So how the adaptability to be defined? Yeah, the first thing, in many workshops, and I believe that many of you heard about resilience, right? Resilience, yeah. And in any case, in COVID-19 as well, Francis, many leaders, they come up with resilience. Oh, now, then we should have resilient leadership. We should have resilience to build up resilience for your employee to overcome. But you know that resilience just only about, as I define, is threat seeking. It means that resistance, it has some limitations in your reaction. Yeah, some kind of the reaction, because resilience, it means it provides you a survival mindset, So how you can survive in this situation, in the crisis, COVID-19, and you should have some fear and anxiety, because yes, we need to survive. The fire is coming, so we need to run away, or to have some tools that we avoid the fire, right? The fire, so some of fear or fears and some anxieties will be stay in your company or in your side, right? In your side. And for the resilience, it come up with a fast problem strategy, not a long term strategy at all, because you need to act quickly. You need to you need to have something that you debate against the risk, right? Against the risk. So resilience just only very limited terms. It linked to the risk management and very traditional risk management. But what we do now, it requires adaptability, not resilient. Resilience is linked to traditional risk management. So adaptability is mean it linked to and it provides you a tool to seek opportunity, or it linked to the change management and not traditional change management. Because for the traditional change management, sometimes your company or yourself just sitting on the desk and wait for the change, and then you do some reaction or something like that. But this is the model change management. You have to drive mindset. You look forward, right? You sit forward, and you should act with the passions and excitement. Do you have, or do you maintain your passion right now? Are you lost? Right? You know that the passions and excitement is linked to your motivation. Link you to more motivation. Do you still have motivation to keep your business running and to get a better situation, or you already lost your business or your motivation? Do you? And as a leader, you still have the motivation or passions or excitement to lead your team or to lead yourself, to accept the change and to adapt to the change. It's a big question. So adaptability is not the reason why I think it is the magic power, or a magic tool that you need to consider, you can utilize. And the most important is you need to have some curiosities or innovation or collaboration. Innovation, yeah. We talk about innovations a long time, yeah. But how can we do? We should have the mindset of drive, right? Mindset of drive mindset to keep your passion, to keep your to maintain your excitement, and then we have enough energies and motivation to move forward, right? So adaptability is very important. So I come up with the a model of the organizational design. You know that today a lot of the scholars or the experts around the world, for example, Cotter, about McKinsey, or about the some very well-known scholars and business leaders around the world think about, yeah, how we can design an organizational that with the adaptability, yeah. So you should have some kind of the shared vision and common goals, shared vision and common goals. So you need to have some kind of the adaptive leadership, yeah. You have the passions, you have the excitement, and how can you inspire, yeah, inspire the others to follow you and to work with you, yeah, to work with you, to overcome or to defeat against the crisis, and to go with the change or to adapt to the change. You know that this is the last one is reactive change or proactive change. If you want to have some kind of proactive change, you need to have some adaptive leadership style, and you have some shared vision. It means that you don't work alone. You need to cooperate with others. For example, if you are organization or companies, you need to consider to have some cooperation with other maybe similar industry companies or organizations, right? That's the reason why the ESI come up with the Cadena in this webinar, right? Yes, and for Yes, for example, you do. For example, if you are a consulting company or a training company, you may consider to have expand some network in other countries, right? That's the reason why I'm very happy to see some friends from other countries, Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, and Philippines come up to this webinar. So reactive change is only traditional change. Yeah, you wait for the risk, and you do something to react to the change. But reactive change, you need to have some kind of the adaptive, leadership. I will share the last slide about adaptive leadership as well. And in most of the time we talk about a human, we talk about the people, we talk about the human capital and something like that, and human is the resource, right? The resource assets of company. Yes, we talk a lot, but what is the human? Yeah, for the companies, we just think about the people, and human is performance and revenue, right? Is the money, because without the people, we cannot run our business, right? And when we run business, we just focus on profit, yeah, profit. And so that in Vietnam right now, the shortage of the workforce, or we call it the shortage of talents, is a big issues for many companies in Vietnam right now. And many experts, they come up with why, the reason why. Yeah, the reason why. And it comes out with the conclusion that the employees, they are not care about the mental health. Most of companies has very less concern about the employee wellness, or we call it mental health. Mental health is very important in today's society and today's workplace. And that is some of surveys from Harvard. Yeah, from Harvard, they showed that the over 70% or 80% of the employees, they say that their wellness is impacted or influenced by relationship in a company. There are lots of factors that impact on the employee's wellness, but the most important is relationship. Relationship between the colleagues in the same team, or relationship with the leaders, right? And relationship with the, for example, in cross-functional department, for example, relationship between the HR management and the accounting management, how we can keep. There also a debate and argument between HR and the finance and accounting, and sometimes the accounting and finance with the the marketing and sales. Yeah. So how can we come up, and how the company can help the employees to overcome or to have a good mental health? And the question come up, and when the survey say that, the results show that, most of company don't care and have very less concerns about the employee mental health. And most of the employee, when they have any problem of the mental health or wellness, they need to deal with themselves, by themselves. It's very hard and difficult to look for concerns or carings, we call it carings, from the employer, because as you know that most of company, they run business because of profit, right? And in crisis or change time, right? And the corporate or the company profits would be put on the top of priorities, right? Priorities. That reason why, yes, if you feel stressful, leave. If you feel not commitment to to the company when I cut your salary, yeah, just leave, right? And if you feel that you cannot share the difficulties with company, just leave. Yeah, they don't care. They don't care. And most of company doesn't care. Of course, there are some company they care, right? They have concerns of their employees, and they have, but very few, you know. So as a business leader or a company in this, yeah, very high level of complexities and high level of uncertainty, you should pay as a business leaders or company. You should pay attention or focus on how to help your employee to have a good mental health, yeah, mental health. And you know, the key tone here is that many, I think that if you are managers or a business leader, you know about the DEI, yeah, DEI, diversity, equities, and inclusions. They talk about a lot. Yeah, they talk about a lot. But you should ensure that when you talk about the opportunities and when you talk about the organizational culture, right? If you want to build up a fun working environment, you should be the first thing you should consider about the fairness. Yeah, the fairness to make everything transparent, right? Transparent, clear. Yeah, do not amateurize. Yeah, right. Do not make some decision that just because of some group of people or because of the business leaders benefits or advantages, right? So you should be fairness, respect, and then you can go up to a level of respect, right? If you don't have fairness, how can you respect your employee? Or on the contrary, how can your employee respect to you if you don't have a fair working environment? Not fun, just fair, right? And then you can build trust. Yeah, can build trust. If you don't have fairness and you don't have respect, how can you build the trust, right? You should base on fairness and respect. And then you will come up with the dedication. Dedication, you mean that is very high level of the commitment, right? Commitment, you sacrifice for your company, you sacrifice for your leader, right? Because you are treated very fair. You are respected in this company. You are trusted by your leaders, and then you have passions and excitement to work for this company. And this come up with the very high level of wellness. You know, when your employee, your staff member feel I need to work for this company during the basic time, it's okay. Yes, it's okay because I have very high level of trust. I receive respect from my leader, and I can dedicate it for this company. Yeah. So this is the key tool as well. You have the key, the magic power of adaptability. So the DEI is the key tool that you can build up a positive or a shared visions or the fun or the adaptive. We call that adaptive workplace. We call that adaptive workplace. It means adaptive workplace is mean that the adaptive leader build up an organizational culture that drive for change, not just be resilient to defeat the change, right? And then you bounce back, and then you stay at the same position, right? So everyone will tackle touch challenges and drive for change. Yeah, you move forward, right? And change just to adapt the new situation. For example, now we are new normal, right? We're new normal. So do not say about, yes, about 2 years ago, yeah, the COVID-19 or something like that. It's a very long time still, right? So we need to have some kind of you need to adapt to the new situation. Do not say, yeah, I come up with the in office and say, yeah, it's very strange now. No, you should accept the change, a new situation now. Yeah, yeah. This is the adaptive workplace, or you should have some kind of the encourage learning, creativities, and adaptations in a complex situation. You know, so when you not now, it's not just a fun working environment. It's not just religions working environment, but it's an adaptive workplace. And the leaders should have adaptive leadership side, and that inspire your sub member to have adaptability, a high level of adaptability to come over the complexity and the uncertainty. You know, so only the adaptability can help your company, and to help your company overcome the join for change right now to be a good company or good organization, and to help your employee to have a good conditions of the wellness or the mental health. Right? Simple. And you know, this is the model. And as we talk about a lot of the organizational excellence, yeah. Our organizational excellence, it means what it means. Yeah, what it means. So for me, a lot of the, yes, I research, do research and hear from my friends, a business leader, and through my consultant experience. Yeah, you need to have 4 pillars, not only 3. In Vietnamese culture, when we talk something, or we link to the sustainability. Yeah, sustainability. We also 3 pillars. Yeah, but we talk about 4 pillars. The first one is leadership vision. Yeah. The second one is people, and you should focus on wellness. Yeah. And the process, adaptability. It means that your policy, your belief, your organizational culture, it should be adaptive. Yeah, it should be adaptive, not like traditional that you cannot change it. You can change, you can adjust in one day. Yeah, in 1 day, 1 month, and you can move to the new position, right? But and the four factors is, I want to focus on technologies. Agility is very important right now. If your companies or yourself not adaptive to the agilities or technology, you may be failed. Your company may be not successful, and yourself as well. You will be not successful in your job, and you will have you cannot resume your performance, right? And you cannot resume your job requirement, and then you will have a high level of the mental health matters, right? So you need to, as an expert or a staff member, or for example, a sales executive or sales director, you need to consider technology is one of the tools that you need to learn, and to be expert, to the expert in technology, so that you can successful in your business and in your personal job. So I think that, yes, this is the what I want to share with you about the adaptabilities in terms of the organizations or employer perspective and employee perspective. So the key point is, you need to have adaptive workplace. Yeah, adaptive workplace with the adaptive leadership side. Yeah, and adaptability for all of your team member or your staff member to work together, to drive for change, and to be successful in a new situation and complex situation. Not only new, in any complex situation, you can be work together and to be successful. So I end my presentations here, and I would like to invite Mark and Thuận. Talking about the technologies or agility. Is a very interesting topic as well. Welcome, Mark.
Okay, thanks for your contribution, Steve. So let me share my screen.
Okay.
Okay, so for the people who do not know Cadena, so maybe I first introduce you a little bit. So Cadena is a Dutch company, so most of the management is Dutch. We're headquartered in Singapore, but we started actually 20 years ago as a general IT service company. So we did anything from websites to hardware, outsourcing IT personnel. At some point, we rolled into customized software. And about 15 years ago, we developed the first HR and payroll solution. The last 10 years or so, it's the only thing we do. And we localized that for the entire Southeast Asian region. So besides Vietnam and Singapore, we also present in Cambodia, Laos, Thailand, Malaysia, Philippines, etc. And we offer a quite diverse product line for solutions for companies with about 20 staff, like a SaaS product to a full HR system, which will be used by multinationals. So in Vietnam, we have about 90 staff and close to 300 plus customers. And this is a small selection of our client base. So you can see that these are mostly from our high-end products, which is called the Cadena HRM series. So we work across a wide range of different industries. So from retail to hospitality, manufacturing, trading, and for companies with 100 staff all the way up to companies with 10,000 plus 10,000 staff. Okay, what we have seen during COVID is a couple of HR challenges that came up, which can be solved through HR technology, but my colleague will answer that. So I'll focus first some of the challenges we saw. So it will be mostly within 3 areas. So trust, communication, and rapid policy change. So how was attendance managed pre-COVID? So you'll be surprised actually how many companies in this region are still doing a lot of manual processes. So from physical sign-offs on overtime claims or leave requests, or managing attendance through a physical fingerprint machine, or proximity card reader, and then all the validation was done still mostly manual. Employee performance, a lot of it was based actually on day-to-day interactions between employees and their managers. So if you work from 9 to 5 and you just showed up during that time, then a large portion was based on just attendance alone. So what happened during COVID? Of course, everybody switched to remote working. So that was done quite abruptly. If you're talking about Vietnam, it was from on a Thursday we were notified that we have to start working from home from Friday. So there was a big change. And what is then the key challenge for HR, but also for department heads, is how to deal with employee attendance, right? Because there's no really a clear line between work and home time, and employees do not. I think a lot of companies actually do not have the technology in place to manage the clock in and out of employees and the validation that they are actually working their contractual hours. In terms of communication, I would say there are like two main areas which can provide a challenge for HR. So the first one would be to deal with all the abrupt government and health authority policy changes and how to communicate this very rapidly to employees, and also define like how you as a company works towards fulfilling those policies. But another aspect will be all the informal day-to-day communication with employees. So of course it's hard to judge employee well-being if there's no face-to-face interaction. So like normally those kind of conversations, they will took place maybe during lunchtime together, or maybe just a face-to-face interaction with HR or the manager as part of an appraisal conversation. But with working from home, that has become a little bit more difficult to judge. One thing in line with this would be all the different kind of policies that changed overnight. So you can think of some of the government schemes that impact all the payroll and tax calculations, the attendance and leave policy changes. So maybe from working standard from 9 to 5, maybe a company would allow flexible working hours when working from home. Flexible compensation models and maybe payroll withholding is something that you saw happening quite frequently, especially for businesses that had some difficulty during COVID, but also maybe policy changes due to a change of business model. So especially when you're looking at retail operations, for example, they moved quite quickly, or actually had to move quite quickly from direct selling through stores towards online selling, and that of course requires a different kind of a set of skills that employees require, but also all the policies behind that. As mentioned during one of my previous slides, is a lot of the day-to-day approvals were still managed mostly by physical forms. If you think about overtime, of course, this has had to change when working from home. And then I would like to give the word to Thun. So he will focus on these three areas where HR tech can support.
Okay, good morning, everyone. So yeah, the last part is mine, and hope everyone would have still have good feeling to continue with me in 10 or 15 minutes. So I just would like to highlight what HR tech can support you in terms of adaptations to the new change of the crisis period, how you can engage with the employee, or how you can manage the employee when they all working from home, or let's say just a part of employee working in the office, the manager's home, and all those kind of scenario. So as Mark mentions, and he also brought up briefly, so in the last few months, the government published some change in terms of employee contributions or the company contributions to the employee insurance, how the trade union can be paid, and how would be the support or the reimbursements or allowances that the government support and pay the employee. So to handle those quick changes in a quick period, how the HR tech or a HRIS can support the HR team to be able to do the quick change and handle all the proper calculations to provide the good and the proper pay to the staff. The approval can be also changed. So when the employee or working in the office, you might require one level of approval because you see the staff every day. But when all working from home, you might require, like, for example, 2 levels of approval. So how you can deal with those change when you use HRIS systems, and of course how you can manage performance. So the trend now and also the common needs now and how as the provider at Cadena and also the consultancy from Mr. Steve, we always encourage that the HR team should share all the tools they might have to the employee themselves. So the employees should be able to access to all the announcements, to the news of the HR of the company. The employees should submit the leave and check the leave or check the pay themselves. They can also track all the overtime and the times is working data themselves, not just sending an email every day to HR team or make a call to HR team in daily basis. So from our side as the HRIS provider, we try to go with that part. So we are moving on the self-service. We call self-service functions are the functions that employee can use from the mobile platform. So employee can just download the app and use. So the first part is the clock in and out. So employee can work anywhere. They can clock in, and manager can know where they are now, which address, or if they might go to a different office, they can just clock in, clock out, and the manager or HR know which address, which office they just came. Okay, so I will show our product quickly. And show you also how the employee can use HR tools to interact with the HR department, and how HR team can use HR tools, HRIS to do the quickly change of all the change from the government, from your internal policy, for example. So since the entire applications are all web-based, can be also on the mobile app. So no one from your organization need to install anything onto their laptop or their PC. So they just need to go to the browser, log into their ID. So this is one of the employee ID. So the most common functions that we are promoting now is of course, on the announcements, the document policy, the change of the government policy or the survey, HR can just push onto the portal, and employee will get the real-time notifications, and they can access to the application, so they can see, let's say, sorry. So let's say announcement back to work, they receive the notifications. Let me refresh this. They receive the notifications and they can just access to the portal to view the data. Back to this. And any policy document that you might change in this period, for example, the policy change in terms of the COVID leave. Let's say you allow the employee to take half day or half month leave, and you name it COVID leave, and you can make it, let's say, 50% of salary pay during those periods. So those kind of things you can just push onto the portal. The team contact informations or the company team member can be also public, so employee can easily access to all the team member email information, so they can easily get the phone number or email address to contact to the team member in case of any emergency case. And the most important is we always keep the manager up to date for all the actions they need to do. When they work at home, they receive all the notifications, email, and they can just get onto the portal to do the leave approval, to conduct to put their review for employee monthly assessment, or to approve or for any timesheet submission. Let me try to log in with the Chrome, and I will log in with the admin account or HR account. So you can see how the HR admin can easily change the policy when the government changes insurance rate, contributions policy, or you can add the leave yourself. Okay, let me log into this. So on the self-service portal, because you can see here, if the employee want to submit the leave, they can just quickly go to the leave and submit the leave themselves. Yeah. So the entire application will be responsive to the employee mobile phones. So when they access to them on their mobile phone, it will be responsive to this screen. Performance appraisal will be an important part in this period. So we provide the tools for the manager where they can access to the employee performance appraisal form or competency form. So they will be notified. They say they need to do the My Employee Performance one form, so they can access the form, and they can go straight to the form to put their reviews or assessment. Review and assessment can be flexible configured based on the day-to-day task or monthly performance, or can be on the skills or competency or attitude. And they can quickly see how the employee rate themselves in this period and what are the level they want to give the employee. So this this process can be built, and the employee and manager can work together in daily basis, even they're all working from home. Okay. The final part I would like to show you quickly is the admin part, where the HR can quickly change, can quickly create a new leave type, or change the insurance rate. So as you know, let's say from this October, the insurance rate of the company part in Vietnam, because some of our friends joins in this events are from other country. So insurance percentage of company part will be also decreased. And how you can make those quick changes in the applications. So we do recognize that the flexibility of an applications, IT application, is very important, because in the functionality wise, you might have almost the same between the other platform, but how one platform can support you to make quickly change without any customizations, without any long testing effort, would help you in this period. So I will give you one example. For example, if the government would change the insurance percentage, what we can support is HR can access to the insurance data setup and change the rate, and you give the date. So when you do that, then For example, access to insurance contribution percentage. So you can make the change with the date, and with that date and the change, the system will recognize from which payment period the data should be calculated. And we do the same concept for the leave setting, for the payroll formula, for the time policy. For example, I want to reduce the unemployment insurance from 1st of October. Don't pay 0 like this. You can make any percentage that you want. So from October this month, when you run the payroll, this percentage will be picked up and calculated. As the common or the most common request we receive in the last 4 months is how our client or how their employee can take an COVID leave. For example, they want the employee, let's say, take half month's leave and half month work, and lose in the days in those half month, they will pay, let's say, 30% or 40% of employee pay. So what HR can do is just access to the leave and define the leave name, the new leave type, let's say COVID leave, okay. And you can just indicate how many percentage you want to pay the staff. So that when the staff when the staff submit the leave and the manager approve, then the entire process from attendance calculation, from leave balance calculation to the payroll will be auto calculated. So that we will try. We were trying to build or to create our application to make it more flexible and more easy to use for the HR persons when there will be any change in their management. Of course, those are all the back end and to use entire applications, HR admin person can access to the full suite of process and the functions. But following the content of the event and the webinar, I just would like to share you how we can support all those kind of flexible changes that HR person can do while they are using our application, or while they are using other HRIS systems. Okay, so I just to keep it short, I would like to end my share now. And I would like just to invite Ms. Steve back to the stage for some Q&A from all the attendees.
Thanks so much, Mark and Ton. Very comprehensive presentations about the how the technologies can support the business leaders and the company to and the employee as well in terms of the payroll, in terms of the performance management, and something that we can have some kind of the adaptive working environment, right? So that we can deal with the challenges and the uncertainty that business leaders and employees may have. Yes, thanks again, Mark and Ton. And you know that I have received many questions about the performance. Yes, some of our attendees want to know about the performance management platform or other consulting service as well. So if any friend, if you want to share your opinions or questions with us right now, so you can unmute your mic. Yeah, unmute your mic and you can talk to us and your friend. Yeah, we welcome. Yeah, we welcome. We may have, this is 11:08 already. We may have 15 or 10 or 15 minutes. We have some interaction and discussion. Yeah. You can unmute your mic. Yes, unmute your mic and you can share. If not, so you can send your questions in chat box, so I can help you to reply your questions. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks so much for your message, Sama. Yeah, Sama. Yeah. Thanks so much for your my voice. You're still here? I saw, yes, a
Thank
message
you so much. Thank you so much for your presentation. Yeah, so far we simplify on the solution Cadena HR. So we are here. We don't have the other further inquiry yet. But you know, surely the COVID-19, if you have any very special promotion, click free to set up, and then we will share to our existing client and the new client as well as.
Yes, yes. Thanks so much, Sana. Yes, you know that the COVID-19 is, I think that all the topics in the workshop, all the workshop around the world now, they just talk about the COVID, but how to you have appropriate solutions is the big question, right? And there are a lot of solutions, but I think technologies and the adaptability about your mindset, business mindset, and the employee adaptability is the key on that. We call a magic power, like Harry Potter, you know. Yeah, we can fly. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, Sama, where you from? Can you say a little bit yourself?
You see, my picture here is a logo here.
Yeah.
From the eCam solution. I know Mr. Mark Refram as well.
Okay, yeah, good.
Last year, few years ago, I trained in Vietnam. I have a small, I have a small trip ride by a motorcycle with him as well.
Wow, yeah, very good, very good. Yeah,
Yep.
good to know that you our friends, neighbors. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, any friends, other friends, do you have any you want to have discussions with us, or do you have any questions, other friends?
Hi, Stephen. How are you? I have a question for you.
Yes. Oh, Nam. Hi, Nam. Yes, long time no see.
Yeah, correct. I very interested in your sharing lies. We don't need to create a fun environment, but we need to create a fair environment. So the question is how you can create your, fair environment at your company.
Yes, very good questions. And you know that fairness is a tough and challenging as well, because different persons or different people, they perceive about the fairness is very differently, right? Differently. So, for example, for me, I think that $1,000 salary is okay for me. It's fair. But someone say, yeah, oh no, my abilities or competencies and my common abilities must receive a salary of 2,000, right? So the fantasy, so how can you build a fairness or fair working environment? So the first thing you need to know the competencies or the quality or the background of your employee. It's very important, you know. And the ESI, we do the provide a service consulting about how to diagnose, how to diagnose the competencies of the staff member. For example, we have two consulting service about assessment, behavioral assessment, and cognitive assessment, so that you know exactly, this one suitable for what position in a company, and what are the competency that I know this one to compare with this one, and very clear. And then when we make the decisions on salary or when we make the decision on promotion, or when we make the decision on, for example, to contract termination, for example. So we can provide very concrete or very detailed evidence to the employee when we make decision. So that kind of thing, that the fairness must based on the clear evidence you can in your decision making. Yeah, this is the key point.
Okay. Yeah. Thank. I have a lot of questions because I think it's a fair and fun is so interesting. What I think about, I mean, some company where they want to create about a not fair environment. They want to create the, I mean, competitive culture.
Yeah, for me, the competitive must be fair, because when you say competitive is not mean that competitive is mean that you need to be fair, so that you know exactly how your comparison is correct or not correct, right? If you don't have the base of fairness, you cannot make comparison, and you will not know. It's very challenging for you to know what is your competitive advantage or disadvantage, right? So for me, yeah, the fairness is the key term that you need to take into your business activities and into your decision making. Is very important. Everything must based on the fairness. So
Okay.
I hope my answer is you accept. Or...
Yeah, thank you for your sharing.
So
My question is enough.
Yeah. Thanks so much, Nam. Yeah. Any friends? I think. How about? Yeah, Sama, if you want to share something.
I want to thank you too.
I see some friends here. My boss, you here? Is it 15 already? Or other friends, do you have any questions? Asking about the Cadena HR system or performance platform or something like that.
Well, Steve, I see we have a question from Miss Chang, and she asked, can you comment something on the post-pandemic employee turnover rate?
Let me.
I heard it's quite high now.
So you can, you can say. John, Jam, can you comment something about the post-pandemic employee turnover rate? I heard it's quite high right now. Yes. In the other questions, Mark, can you give some of your comments to Jam about it?
Well, like I can of course only guess that a lot of the factories around the industrial cities are a little bit empty at the moment, because everybody of course return to their, or a lot of them return to their hometown. But I think maybe this is just a temporary thing, and I think that they're also reporting that a lot of them, they are actually heading back to Ho Chi Minh to find new employment. So for me, I think it's a temporary thing. But on the other hand, maybe also some employees that are used to working from home and not have the opportunity to do that anymore when things are about to open. Maybe they will choose an environment that is a little bit more flexible. So I think we have two main points. Yeah.
Yes, for me, I think the turnover rate is linked to the, that I share about the adaptabilities, about the passions and the excitement, passion, excitement, or motivation. Yeah, motivation. How the companies can retain the motivation, and how the business leader motivate their employee to, for example, to persuade the employee to come back to the office. Yeah, that is the key point, right? Yeah. As I tell you about the relationship as well, the employee well-being or wellness. Yeah, relationship. Yeah, for example, if don't have good relationship with my leaders or my managers, I hate coming back. I'm looking around to looking for a new job. Why I'm coming back and to see a very ugly face of my leader, right? So motivation, motivation and well-being about the wellness, how to build a good relationship. So you can see in the crisis time, you will see exactly what the problem in your company, right? Yeah. So, Jan, and you have some kind of the questions about the woman. Yeah, the woman. I think yes, the woman is, and the man is the same. I don't think that because you know that the COVID-19 it covers and it damages and it roach and reach to everyone, woman or man. But I understand as my understanding that you mentioned about the turnover rate for women, and in Vietnam, you know, many of my friends say Vietnam is a paradise for women. Yeah, a good place for women to work, a good place for women to live and to love, yes, and to work and to live. So I think, if if you get married and something like yes, so I think no much worry about about the gender here, okay, gender here. Just keep to motivate yourself, right? To motivate yourself, build good relationship in your family and in your company. That will be very good for you. Do not too much stressful. To do some mindfulness, to do some mindfulness or to do some exercise at home, yoga, or do something, do something for fun. And hopefully our input is helpful to you, Trang Nguyen. You're smiling. I see you. Anyway, yes, someone want to talk. Another question from someone about the keen interest existing system of South. Can you share plan's name too? Yeah, I think this question for Marx and Thuận.
Yes, so we can integrate with finance systems like SAP or corporate HR systems like SuccessFactors. But I think I'll answer somewhat. I think after the webinar in person.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, I think that's easy. 11:22 already. It's too late already. So I think we need to end our webinar today. And thank you so much for your attendance. If you want to take pictures together, so just turn on your camera, and then we can. I think Fat, you there? Can you take a pictures so that we can capture in. Anyone, if possible, you can turn on. Yes, okay. Turn on your camera, and then we have a photo together. Yeah, and thanks so much. Thanks again for your time. Yeah, thanks again for your time today, and I hope that some of our information provides some of the useful for yourself and for your company. Yeah. Thanks so much. Thanks again. And Fat, can you have to take a photo, Fat?
He's working on it as we speak.
Okay. Okay.
Is my hair okay?
Okay. Yeah, your hair.
Yeah, smart. So yeah. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Okay, thanks so much, and goodbye, everyone. Yeah.
Nice day.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, goodbye. Take care. Have a great day.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye, Max. See you.
Thanks.